In 1986, Romanian geologists were surveying a barren stretch of limestone near the Black Sea when their drilling operation broke through something unexpected. Beneath the surface was a hidden void, a cave sealed away from the outside world for millions of years. The first people who entered Movile Cave were not walking into an ordinary underground chamber. They were entering an environment almost completely cut off from sunlight, fresh surface air, and the normal ecosystems we know. The cave lies only around 20 meters beneath the ground, but its atmosphere is radically different from the air outside. In some of its deepest air pockets, oxygen can fall to roughly 7 to 10%, while carbon dioxide can reach around 2.5%. Methane is also present, and hydrogen sulfide is associated with the cave's sulfur-rich waters. And yet, the strangest part wasn't the dangerous atmosphere. It was the fact that something was alive down there. Researchers found warm, sulfur-rich groundwater flowing through the cave. Floating across parts of the water was a pale microbial film, a living layer that would become the foundation of an ecosystem. Unlike almost anything known on the surface, there was no sunlight, no plants growing beneath the rock, no ordinary source of food arriving from the outside. So where was the energy coming from? The answer was hidden inside the chemistry of the cave. Microorganisms were using chemical compounds such as hydrogen, sulfide, and methane as sources of energy. Through chemosynthesis, these microbes could produce organic matter without depending on sunlight. That changed the entire story. Movile Cave wasn't simply a dark cave containing a few strange animals. It was an ecosystem producing its own biological foundation in darkness. And once scientists began looking deeper, the scale of the discovery became even more extraordinary. The cave contained a network of dry passages, flooded chambers, and underground air pockets. Within this isolated environment, researchers identified dozens of invertebrate species, including animals that had evolved specifically for life underground. Many cave-adapted species show remarkable traits: reduced or absent eyes, loss of pigmentation, and elongated limbs, or antennae that help them navigate an environment where vision provides little advantage. But there was one question that remained. How could an ecosystem this unusual survive for millions of years without sunlight? The answer would reveal that life doesn't always need the light of the sun to build a food web. Sometimes chemistry itself can become the foundation of an entire hidden world. The secret of Movile Cave begins with something almost invisible: bacteria. Floating on the surface of its sulfur-rich waters, microbial communities use chemical energy to create organic matter. Sulfur-oxidizing microorganisms can obtain energy from hydrogen sulfide, while other microbes use methane and related compounds. These microscopic organisms form the base of the cave's food web. Other organisms feed on them, and larger predators feed on those organisms. In other words, the cave has its own biological economy built without sunlight. Researchers have identified around 51 species of invertebrates in the Movile Cave ecosystem, with roughly 35 described as endemic to the cave, or its associated sulfurous aquifer in UNESCO's current description. Some of these animals have developed the classic adaptations of creatures trapped in permanent darkness. Eyes become useless, pigmentation becomes unnecessary, longer legs and antennae become more valuable for sensing the environment. The result is an ecosystem that looks almost alien, but every part of it evolved here on Earth, and the isolation goes back millions of years. Scientific research places the separation of this underground ecosystem from the surface at roughly 5.5 million years. During that enormous span of time, the world above changed dramatically. Seas changed, ice ages came and went, animals evolved, human civilizations eventually appeared. But beneath the limestone, this isolated ecosystem continued operating in darkness. Its energy didn't come from the sun. It came from chemical reactions occurring inside the underground environment. That is what makes Movile Cave scientifically important. It provides a real-world example of how life can build a functioning ecosystem without sunlight as its primary source of energy. Researchers studying the cave have even used it as an important analog when thinking about environments where life might exist beyond Earth. But there is an important distinction. Movile Cave does not prove that life exists on another planet or moon. What it demonstrates is something more fundamental. Sunlight is not the only possible foundation for an ecosystem. If the right chemistry, water, energy sources, and time exist together, life can survive in places that look completely hostile from the surface. And somewhere beneath the Earth, inside a small cave near the Black Sea, Scientists found that reality for themselves, a world with no sunlight, a world sealed away for millions of years, and a food chain built from chemistry instead of daylight. Movile Cave is not an alien world. It may be something more interesting. It is proof that our own planet still contains ecosystems, so strange that they can feel like another world.